One exhibit sheds new light on some old works. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Local Edition. With me this hour is Michael Anderson, the Public Relations and Marketing Director for the Reading Public Museum. Thanks for being with us, Mike.
All right, thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about the museum, because you have an extensive collection that includes everything from painting to an arboretum.
Yeah, it's quite a place. You can journey from art to science, from culture to culture, from this world to outer space, and our planetarium on the grounds. We have art, history, science, culture, and the 25-acre arboretum that's beautiful every time of year.
And where exactly are you located? We're located
in Reading on Parkside Drive South, between Parkside Drive South and North on Museum Road, so aptly named.
An exhibit that runs now through June 21st is called Old Works in a New Light, Favorites from the Permanent Collection. This really stemmed from the public's reaction, the public asking to see some of these pieces that hadn't really been displayed in years.
Well, exactly. Over the last 105 years or so, we've been collecting quite a few things, and they can't all be on display at the same time. So there's some pieces that have been in hiding, as it were, for a while, and we've been taking note of that along the way, so this collection really highlights them.
The one that we're seeing right now that really serves as the basis or the catalyst for the entire collection, the entire exhibit, is one that was a little controversial in terms of who actually painted it.
Exactly. This is called Cotopaxi, and we thought for a long time that it was painted by Frederick Edwin Church, who has painted the original, and there were several versions of this around the country. And in the 90s, when we were reevaluating some of our collection and checking on it, we didn't have enough documentation, and it might have been actually done by a painter named Boutel, who actually has some Pennsylvania connections. He might have done an authenticated copy that was perhaps painted over by Church himself. So we're in the process constantly of trying to document that and figure out exactly what it is. But nonetheless, it's still a great painting, and it still has some value.
And looking at the names of the artists that are going to be represented in this exhibit, they are the heavy hitters of American art.
Well, Ben Austrian have quite a nice showcase of his work. We have Keith Haring's pieces, Andrew Wyeth, N.C. Wyeth, Mary Cassatt, Dale Chihuly. He had an exhibit at the museum several years ago, and we have a couple pieces of his there in glassworks, and numerous others. It's just it's a grand collection, and they are grouped thematically. So everything from portraits to kids' portraits and we have sculpture, and we actually have an old Pennsylvania German dower chest from the 18th century. So beautiful pieces there.
How do you actually pick what will be part of an exhibit like this when you have such an extensive collection? The museum has been in existence for more than 100 years. You have a lot of options.
We do, and like you said, to some extent, we've been kind of monitoring what the people ask for. The people have seen them before on display and wonder where they are. We also take a look. We have an art curator, Scott Schweigert, who takes a good look at the value of some of these things and how they might look thematically and how they would appeal to the general public. But we're real proud of the collection, and it is quite a good one right here in Berks County.
In addition to some world-renowned artists, you have a focus on the local culture as well. You mentioned a trunk that we can actually see, but some of these artists do have Pennsylvania connections, including the Wyeths.
The Wyeths and Keith Haring as well. And we do have a whole section of paintings in the one room that's dedicated to the Hudson River School. It's not quite local, but in New York, the Hudson River School of Painting, and it's really nice to see it. We have this huge painting on the one wall, which you just take your breath away when you get up there. I'm not going to say too much about it. You should come out there, where we have the exhibit up until June 21st. Actually, the painting is so large that we keep it there all the time, and we just hide it with another wall when we put other things in front of it. We say that the painting was there, and we built the museum around it, but that's exaggerating a little bit.
Just one of the many things that we'll see. Really, so many different famous American artists as well, and some old favorites that people may not have been able to see for years.
Well, yes, including a Gilbert Stewart painting of George Washington, one of the 120-plus paintings that he's done. It's there, right in front of you. You can check the brush strokes out.
Okay, and we just have a short time left. This does run through June 21st.
Yes.
Included with our admission to the museum during your regular business hours.
Regular business hours. Check the website for all the details.
All right, thanks so much. We've been talking with Michael Anderson of the Reading Public Museum. I'm Jill Horner.